Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen. Wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin. Alhamdulillah. Welcome to the completion of the famous book, Durusul Lughat al-Arabiyyah, which was compiled and written by Dr. V. Abdul Rahim, rahimahullah. And it has been proven to be very successful in teaching non-Arab speaking people the Arabic language. So Alhamdulillah, we have been studying book 1. So this book is in 3 parts. So book 1, 2 and 3. So inshallah today we'll be completing inshallah book 1. So let's get started inshallah without any further delay. So inshallah I will be now screen sharing and we'll start the lesson inshallah. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الدرس الثالث والعشرون, lesson 23. Now, lesson 23 is a continuation of lesson 22, where we covered about غير منصرف, or it's known as ممنوع من الصرف, where a noun is not fully declinable because either 2 causes from أسباب التسعة, from the 9 causes, are to be found in a word, or 1 which is equal to 2, and it prevents the noun from being fully declinable. And in this case, when a noun is غير منصرف, it won't have the capacity to have a tanween. So for example, the word أحمد, we won't see it being أحمد, أحمدا, or أحمدين. Another thing to note is غير منصرف words in the state of jar, it'll have a fatha without a tanween. So lesson 22 was about غير منصرف, and 23 is a continuation of that. So this is a conversation now between the teacher and some students. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-Mudarrisu, the teacher. So let's just shine the laser inshallah, so we know where we are. So Al-Mudarrisu, the teacher. So the teacher initiates the conversation, and the teacher is saying, Man anta ya akhi. Man means who, anta means you, so who are you, ya akhi, O my brother. Ahmed responds and says, Ana talibun jadidun. I am a new student. Ana means I, talibun means student, and jadidun means new. Now the teacher carries on, Al-Mudarrisu, Masmuka, what is your name? What is your name? Ahmed replies, Ismi Ahmadu. My name is Ahmed. So we can see that the first غير منصرف word we have come across is the word Ahmed. So we see that Ahmed don't have a tanween. So we are not saying Ismi Ahmadun. We are saying Ismi Ahmadu. So my name is Ahmed. What's the causes in Ahmed for it to be غير منصرف? One is that it's alam, it's a proper noun, and the second cause is that it's on the scale of a verb, i.e. وزن الفعل, so it falls on the pattern of أفعل. أحمد أفعل. So that's the 2 causes that deems this word to be غير منصرف. Next, the teacher says, Min أين أنت? Where are you from? So min means from, أين means where, and أنت means you. Notice here, أين is a word which is mabni, so it won't be governed by the harf jar min. So we will still say min أين, we won't say min أيني. So min أين أنت, where are you from? Ahmed replies, أنا من Pakistan. I am from Pakistan. This is our second غير منصرف word, which is Pakistan. Notice here that there is harful jar min. Even though there's harful jar min, the next word does not have a kasra, because the next word Pakistan is غير منصرف. What's the 2 causes of Pakistan being غير منصرف? Number 1 is that it's a proper noun. It's alam. It's a name of a place, i.e. a country. And the second cause is that it has alif noon zaidatan, so additional alif and noon. So that's what makes this word غير منصرف. And in the state of jar, it will have fatha bila tanween, like we mentioned before. So we're going to say min Pakistan na. There won't be a kasra at the end of Pakistan. Next, the teacher says, عندي سبعة دفاتر. I have 7 exercise books or notebooks, you can say. Dafatir means notebooks. So plural of daftarun. So عندي سبعة دفاتر, I have 7 exercise books. Liman here, whose are they? So our third غير منصرف word here is dafatir. Dafatir. Now why is dafatir غير منصرف? It's on the scale of جمع منتهى الجموع. What is جمع منتهى الجموع? It is when after the alif of the plural. So dafatir is the plural, and inside this plural we can see an alif after the fa. Dafatir. So after the fa there's an alif. So if after the alif of the plural there are 2 or more than 2 letters, then that word will be considered to be on the scale of jam muntahal jumu, a plural which has reached the pinnacle of plurals, because you can't break it into another plural after this. So it's peaked in terms of forming plurals, because some words you can carry on making plurals, but then you come to a peak and then it stops. Like you got baytun, plural is buyutun, and then you can go further and say abayit, but you can't go further above that. So dafatir, why is this word غير منصرف? It's on the scale of jam muntahal jumu, and that is just one cause which is equal to 2. So we don't need to look for another cause in dafatir for it to be غير منصرف. It's just sufficient to know that it's on the scale of jam muntahal jumu, and that is equal to 2 causes. So عندي سبعة دفاتر لمن هي, I have 7 exercise books, whose are they? Abbas says now to the teacher, Hati. Now this word Hati is ismul fi'l. It's a noun which contains the meaning of a verb. So what's the verb it means? What's the verb? Which verb does it? Which the meaning of which verb does it contain? It contains the meaning of a'tini. A'tini. Give to me, grant to me, pass me. So a'ta yu'ti i'ta'an means to grant. So hati, it's fi'lu amr. Sorry, it's ismul fi'l in the meaning of fi'lu amr, which means give me or grant me. Like in the Quran, it says قُلْ هَاتُوا burhanakum. Present your evidence. قُلْ هَاتُوا burhanakum. So that's the plural form. هَاتُوا burhanakum. So hati, grant me, ya ustadhu or ustadh. So it seems that Abbas is taking the lead and initiative of giving the books out and trying to find out who the books belong to, the exercise books. So that's why he's saying to his teacher, Hati ya ustadhu, i.e. أعطني هذه الدفاتر. Grant me these exercise books, O ustadh. Now the distribution starts. هذا لي, this is mine. وهذا لمحمد, and this is Muhammad's. وهذا لحامد, and this is Hamid's. وهذا لإبراهيم, and this is Ibrahim's. Notice here that now we got Ibrahim coming after a harf jar li. Because it's غير منصرف, it's going to have fatha bila tanween at the end. So we are going to say لإبراهيم, not لإبراهيم. وهذا لعثمان, and this is Uthman's. So what's the 2 causes in Ibrahim? One is that it's alam, it's a proper noun, and number 2 is ujma, it's not an Arabic word. Next one we have is وهذا لعثمان, and this is Uthman's, i.e. Uthman's exercise book. Uthman, What's the two causes in Uthman bin Ghayr Munsarif? One is that it's alam, it's a proper noun, and the second one being that it's alif nun zaidatan. وهذا ليوسف, and this is Yusuf's. Yusuf is also Ghayr Munsarif. One cause is that it's alam, it's a proper noun, it's a name of a person, and the second one being that it's ujma. And some even say it's actually wasn't a fail because it's got alamat al-mudari at the beginning. وهذا لطلحة, and this is Talha's. Now Talha is also غير munsarif, that's why we say لطلحة, not لطلحة. What's the two causes of Talha being غير munsarif? One is that it's alam, and the second one is that it's mu'annath, it's got ta'nith, meaning mu'annath bit-ta. So it's feminine in terms of lafzan because it's got ta'un marbuta. So two causes is alam and ta'nith in Talha being غير munsarif. Next the teacher says, أهذا كتابك يا محمد? Is this your book, O Muhammad? So there's no words to note here which are غير munsarif, okay? But the translation, let's just go through. Hamza is harful istifham, so is, هذا means this, كتابك your book, يا محمد. Remember, the munada, if it's mufrad ma'rifa, it's a singular word, it's not involved in possession, it's not a possessive phrase, then if it's mufrad ma'rifa or if it's nakira, then as long as it's not غير معينة, it's not non-specific or undetermined. So in that situation, it will be mabniyun ala dhamm. So ya Muhammadu. So is this your book, O Muhammad? Muhammad says la, no. هذا كتاب حمزة. This is Hamza's book. So notice here, mudhaf ilayh phrase here, kitabu Hamzata. Now we probably learned this rule in Arabic books, mudhaf ilayh. The mudhaf ilayh is always majroor. Hamza is majroor. However, because it's غير munsarif, it won't bear a kasra. It'll have a fatha without tanween. So we're going to say kitabu Hamzata. This is Hamza's book. The teacher carries on, أين علي يا إخوان? Where's Ali, O brothers? So we can see the munada, it's nakira, it's indefinite, so it's going to be mabniyun ala dhamm, ya ikhwanu. So where's Ali, O brothers? Generally in Arabic, there's two words that are used for brothers. One is ikhwatun, another one being ikhwan. Ikhwatun generally is used for like real brothers, and ikhwan is used for brothers like friends, you know, as in terms of who a person socializes with, companions. So out of love and friendship, you say ikhwani. So that ikhwan is used for like friends and colleagues. Hamid says ذهب إلى الرياض. He went, meaning Ali went to Riyadh, which is in Arabia. Now the teacher says وأين يعقوب? And where is Yaqub? Now notice here, Yaqub is غير munsarif. So that's why we're not going to add a tanween at the end, and we are not going to say Yaqubun. So this is another word which is غير munsarif. What's the two causes of Yaqub being غير munsarif? One is that it's a proper noun, it's alam, and the second one being it's ujma, it's a non-Arabic word, it's a foreign word, okay, to Arabic. So that's the two causes from asbab al-tis'a, from the 9 causes. Hence, we are not saying Yaqubun. Hamid carries on and says, ذهب إلى مكة. He went to Mecca. So Mecca as well is followed by harf jar ila, but because it is غير munsarif, it is not going to have a kasra. What are the two causes of Mecca being غير munsarif? Number one, it's ta'nith. It's feminine. Because why? It has ta'un marbuta. And the second cause is that the word is a proper noun. It's a name of a place, Mecca. So that's why we won't say ila Mekkatin, we'll say ila Mekkata. So that's the translation done. Okay. So inshallah, let's just go through the vowel markings. So man anta. Man is mabni, so it's going to be sukun. Anta is also a dhamir, is part of the mabniyat. So man anta. Ya akhi. Ya is harf nida. Akhi is going to end with a sukun there. So, oh my brother. Ana talibun jadidun. I am a new student. I will do the tarkeeb as well at the same time. So man is ism istifham, so it's mubtadaun. Anta is the khabar. And then man anta will become jumla ismiya insha'iyya. We'll treat ya akhi as an independent sentence. So ya is harfu nida. Akhi mudaf mudaf ilay is munada. And we can just make that as jumla nida'iyya. Ana talibun jadidun. I am a new student. So ana will be mubtada'un. Talibun is the man'ut and jadidun is the na'at. Talibun, talibun, man'ut, jadidun is the na'at. The man'ut and na'at will group together to become the khabar of ana. And then mubtada khabar becomes jumla ismiya khabariya. Masmuka, what is your name? Now the word ma is the mubtada. So ism istifham is a noun at the beginning of a sentence, mubtada. Ismu, it forms a khabar, so it's going to be ismu, so masmu, and kaf is a zamir. So the ma is mubtada, and ismuka mudaf mudaf ilay. Ismuka is going to become the khabar. Next sentence, ismi mudaf mudaf ilay. This is going to form to be the mubtada. Ismi mudaf mudaf ilay is the mubtada. Ahmadu is the khabar in this situation. And the previous sentence, masmuka, is jumla ismiya insha'iyya, whereas this one, ismi Ahmadu, this is jumla ismiya khabriya. It's an informative sentence, a declarative sentence. Min ayna anta, where are you from? So min is harf jar, it's mabni. Ayna is also mabni, so we're not going to say min ayna, and anta, where are you from? So min ayna, this part of the sentence will become khabar muqaddam. Min ayna, and anta is mubtada muakhar. So you might want to make the prepositional phrase muta'alliq, connected to that which is hidden. So you could probably say ka'inun. So ka'inun min ayna anta, in other words. Ana min Pakistan. I am from Pakistan. So ana is a zamir pronoun at the beginning. So ana will be mubtada'un, and the prepositional phrase min Pakistan will form to be the khabar. So you can make that muta'alliq or connected to that which is hidden, which is ka'inun. So ana ka'inun min Pakistan. Next one we have is indi. Now because it's zarf, it's a noun, but zarf can't take the role of mubtada. So we will make indi mudaf mudaf ilayh the khabar muqaddam. That will leave us with sab'atu dafatira. The mudaf mudaf ilayh will become mubtada muakhar. So indi is khabar muqaddam. Sab'atu dafatira is mubtada muakhar. So that's one sentence. I have 7 exercise books, notebooks. That's jumla khabariya, by the way. The next part, liman here, whose are they? Now this part of the sentence, liman, that's khabar muqaddam, because we got lam harf jar and man ism istifham. So we've already got the khabar there, liman. That leaves here to be mubtada muakhar. Here is mubtada muakhar. And how would you group this sentence together? The khabar muqaddam, liman, okay, we can make a muta'alliq to mahzuf, which is ka'inatun. Why we're saying ka'inatun? Because here there has to be a mutabaqah, conformity between the mubtada and the khabar. So liman will be khabar muqaddam, here will be mubtada muakhar. Okay. Now hati is ismu fi'l. So remember we said it's in the meaning of a'tini. So let's just get this down somewhere here. So okay, let's just get the Arabic keyboard on. Hati is ismu fi'l bima'na a'tini. Oops, put extra words in there. A'tini. So if it's in the meaning of a'tini, a'ti is fi'l, the noon is noon al-wiqaya. Inside a'ti, anta is the fa'il, and the ya will be maf'ul bihi, grant me, give them to me. Okay, so that would be jumla fi'liya insha'iyya. Ya ustadh, harf nida and munada, and like we said before, if the munada is ma'rifa, mufrad ma'rifa, it's going to be mabniyun ala dhamm. Ya ustadhu. Hadha li, this is mine. You don't just say this is for me, you just say this is mine, because li shows association and attribution and possession. So this is mine. So hadha will be mubtada'un, hadha is mubtada, and li would be the khabar. And that's the same thing with the others. We can kind of work that out. Hadha is mubtada, li Muhammadin is the khabar, all the way to wahada li Talha. Next we have is ahada kitabuka ya Muhammad. Is this your book, O Muhammad? So Hamza is harful istifham. So because it's a harf don't decide if a sentence is jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya. So we'll move on to the next word, hadha. Hadha is a noun. So hadha is ismul ishara. We'll say hadha is mubtada'un, and kitabuka, this possessive phrase, mudhaf ilayh, is going to be the khabar. And then it becomes jumla ismiya insha'iyya because it's non-informative, because it is istifham. It's an inquisitive sentence. Ya Muhammad, it'll be Ya Muhammadu. Okay, because munada, if it's munada, if mufrad ma'rifa, it'll be mabniyun ala dhamm. And we'll treat Ya Muhammadu as a separate sentence. So the response is la. So no. So this is used for responding in the negative. Hada kitabu Hamza. So the mubtada is hada. Hada, this is, and kitabu Hamzata mudhaf ilay, that is the khabar. Aina Aliyun, where's Ali, O brothers? Now Aina, even though it's a noun, it's ismu dharf, it's a noun, but because it's dharf can't take the role of mubtada'un. So we will say Aina is actually khabar muqaddam. So you'll have to excuse me for the writing because I'm just writing with the mouse. Okay, so Aina is khabar muqaddam, and that'll leave Aliyun to become mubtada muakhar. So mubtada muakhar. Okay, okay. Mubtada muakhar. Actually, my writing with the mouse is better than my actual writing with a pen. So you can work out how bad my writing is. So Hamid, ya ikhwan, ya is harf nida, ikhwan is munada. Hamid says, ذهب إلى الرياض, he went to Riyadh. Now the tarkeeb here, ذهب, it's fail madhi, and the file is hidden inside, which is huwa, and it refers back to Ali. And ila riyad, this prepositional phrase is connected to ذهب. Very less verbs are used in part 1 of the Durusul Lughat al-Arabiyyah. So ذهب is fail madhi, is past tense verb. The fa'il, the subject of the ذهب is hidden inside, which is huwa, and it refers back to Ali. And ila riyad, prepositional phrase are generally connected to verbs, so we'll connect it to ذهب. Now this sentence will become jumla, a sentence, fi'liya because it started with the verb ذهب, and khabriya because it's informative. The teacher says, وَأَيْنَ يَعْقُوب? And where is Yaqub? So waw is harful atf. It's a particle of conjunction. Aina, same thing as before, we'll say khabar muqaddam, because even though it's a noun, because it's dharf, we can't take the role mubtada. That leaves Yaqub to be mubtada muakhar, and Aina to be khabar muqaddam. ذهب إلى مكة, that is the same tarkeeb as ذهب إلى الرياض. So you got fail, ذهب, the file inside, which is huwa, and ila makkata is a prepositional phrase which is connected to the verb ذهب. Okay, so that's the tarkeeb done of the translation done, the vowel markings explained, and also the tarkeeb. Okay, so let's move on to our next slide. But before we do, okay, let's remove all this annotation so it don't interfere with the next slide. So let's get rid of that. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to our next slide. Okay, the teacher now continues and says, Al-Mudarris, the teacher says, Aina Ishaqu? Where is Ishaq? Okay, so continue with the tarkeeb. We are going to say Aina is khabar muqaddam because even though it's a noun, it's zarf. And Ishaq is going to be mubtada muakhar. And that becomes jumla ismiya insha'iyya. Muhammad says kharaja, he left. He left. Okay, so kharaja is fail and the fa'il inside, which is huwa, refers back to Ishaq, and this will become jumla fi'liya khabriya because informative. Next, the teacher says mata kharaja, when did he leave? Okay, so how are we going to do tarkib of this? Mata is dharf. Okay, dharf zaman, because it refers, it's an adverb of time. Maf'ul fi dharf zaman. So mata is dharf zaman, and when we have dhuruf in sentences, you can actually make them muta'alliq as well, like prepositional phrases. So mata will be muta'alliq to kharaja. So it's maf'ul fi ظرف زمان متعلق بالفعل خرج. And kharaja will be فعل ماضي, the fa'il will be huwa, and it refers back to Ishaq. How would you string this sentence together? You'll say مفعول في متى plus the فعل kharaja and the fa'il will become jumla fi'liya. We won't say jumla ismiya because we didn't make mata mubtada. Even though dharf is a noun at the beginning, but it's because it's dharf, it can't take the role of mubtada. We will consider this to be muta'alliq to kharaja and make it jumla fi'liya. And because it's inquisitive, we will say insha'iyya. So Muhammad responds and says, kharaja qabla khamsi daqa'iqa. He left 5 minutes before. So remember, main thing is we're concentrating on the ghair munsarif words as well. So Ishaq, why is Ishaq ghair munsarif? What's the two causes? One is that it's alam. Ishaq is alam, and it's also ujma. It's not an Arabic word. Okay, for example, like Salihun, Muhammadun, these are Arabic words. Okay. Kharaja qabla khamsi daqa'iqa, he left 5 minutes before. So which is the word which is ghair munsarif? Daqa'iq. Why is daqa'iq ghair munsarif? What's the cause? It's on the pattern of jam' muntahal jumu'. So remember, we said if a word is plural and after the alif of that plural word, so the qa, the alif after the qaf, there are 2 or more than 2 letters that will make it ghair munsarif. So daqiqatun plural is daqa'iq. So we don't need to look for another cause because when a word is on the scale of jam muntahal jumu', you don't need to look for another cause. So that's 1 which is equal to 2. Tarkeeb, kharaja is fi'l madi. The fa'il is huwa, which is inside, and it refers back to Ishaq. So kharaja is fi'l. So we got the verb. Then we got qabla, which is mudaf. Khamsi is mudaf again, because we got double possessive phrase. And daqa'iqa is mudaf ilayh. So we got double possessive phrase. Qabla is mudaf. Khams is mudaf ilay and mudaf again. So it's mudaf ilay of qabla and mudaf towards daqa'iq. And daqa'iq is mudaf ilay of khams. And all this double possessive phrase will become maf'ul fi dharf zaman because it's referring to time, adverb of time. He left 5 minutes before or 5 minutes ago. And like we said before as well, in mata kharaja, when did he leave? We can make dhuruf muta'alliq as well. So we will make قبل 5 دقائق متعلق to خرج. And we're going to string all this sentence together. Simple. خرج, فعل plus file, which is huwa, the pronoun inside, which is ضمير مستتر, concealed pronoun, and plus the مفعول في ظرف زمان. It will become جملة فعلية خبرية. So we've covered the غير منصرف words. We've done the diacritical markings. Why we're saying daqa'iqa, even though it's mudaf ilayh because غير منصرف. in the state of jar is going to have fatha bila tanween. Now we have an exercise here. Ta'ammal. Ta'ammal means reflect, ponder, contemplate, concentrate. Okay. Al-amthilat al-atiyata, at the following examples. Al-atiyata means following. Al-amthilata means examples. So we have Muhammadun. So let's put the laser on. Muhammadun min Muhammadin ila Muhammadin li Muhammadin kitabu Muhammadin. So we got prepositions before the word Muhammad, and also it's used at the end as a mudhaf ilayh in the state of jar. We can see that it's accepting a tanween, kasratain. Min Muhammadin ila Muhammadin li Muhammadin kitabu Muhammadin. However, when you look at the word Zainab and we run down the same prepositions or bring it as mudhaf ilayh, we will see that it don't have a kasra. So we'll say min Zainaba ila Zainaba li Zainaba kitabu Zainaba. Why? Because it is غير munsarif. And why is Zainab غير munsarif? One cause is that it's feminine, it's ta'nith to be found there, and it's also a proper noun, it's alam. So that's the first part of the exercise we need to ponder over. Okay, next part of the exercise, the second part, it says اقرأ واكتب, read and write. So we're going to read through these sentences and we'll actually apply the diacritical markings on these as well. So هذا الكتاب. Okay, so we're not going to say this is a book, we're going to say this book, because after Ismul Ishara, if it's got al, then it's not a complete sentence. So هذا الكتاب, this book, لمحمد is Muhammad's or belongs to Muhammad. وذلك لزينب, and that one is Zainab's, or you could say that one belongs to Zainab. So لمحمد, it's munsarif, not غير munsarif, so we're going to say لمحمد. And Zainab being غير munsarif, we're going to say لزينب. Okay. Tarkeeb wise, هذا will be mubdal min, al-kitab will be the badal. Because had we removed al-kitab, the reference, the madlul would have been the same. What we are referring to, i.e. So هذا الكتاب, Tarkeeb would be هذا mubdal min, al-kitab would be the badal, and لمحمد is the prepositional phrase, the khabar. وذلك واو is حرف العطف, ذلك is مبتدا, لزينب is the khabar. ذهب خالد, Khalid went. إلى أحمد, Khalid went to Ahmed. So ذهب is past tense verb, Khalid is the fa'il. That's why we're reading marfu بالضمة. خالد إلى أحمد, Ahmed is غير منصرف. That's why we are going to read fatha bila tanween, with a fatha and also without tanween. ذهب أبي إلى مكة, my father went to Mecca. غير منصرف Mecca, so we're going to say إلى مكة. وذهب عمي, and my paternal uncle went to Jeddah. So إلى جدة غير منصرف also. Mecca and Jeddah both are غير منصرف. Reason for both of them being غير منصرف, one is ta'nith, it's feminine, it's mu'annath bitta, and also it is alam, it's a proper noun. أخت مروان, Marwan's sister مريضة is ill. So Marwan's sister is ill. So Marwan غير منصرف. What's the two causes? One is a proper noun, it's the name of a person, and the second one being that it's got alif nun za'idatan. So we're not going to say أخت مروان, أخت مروانا, and this is mudaf, mudaf don't have tanween as well, so it's going to be أخت. Tarkeeb of this, أخت is mudaf, Marwan is mudaf ilayh. So mudaf ilayh, أخت Marwan, that's the mubtada sorted there, and maridatun is the khabar. And the previous sentence, ذهب is فعل, أبي is فاعل, مضاف إليه my father, إلى مكة is متعلق to ذهب, and that's the same thing with ذهب عمي إلى جدة. أين زوج خديجة? أين means where, زوج means husband, spouse. So where is Khadija's husband? Okay, so Khadija it is غير منصرف. Why? It's مؤنث بالتاء and also its alam is a proper noun. So where is Khatija's husband? تركيب wise أين will be خبر مقدم. زوج خديجة will be مبتدا مؤخر. هو في لندن. Okay, هو في لندن. هو في لندن. He is in London. So هو مبتدا في لندن. Okay, غير منصرف. So we'll say it's عجمة. It's not an Arabic word and also it's a proper noun. هو في لندن. سيارة حامد. So Hamid's car is جديدة is new. So Hamid being munsarif. That's why it's going to have kasratain. But when we say Ibrahim's car, we're saying وَسَيَّارَةُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. And Ibrahim's car is قَدِيمَةٌ is old. So why is Ibrahim غير منصرف? We covered it, alam and ujma. تركيب سيارة حامد مضاف مضاف إليه is the مبتدا, جديدة is the خبر. And that's the same thing with سيارة إبراهيم is مبتدا مضاف مضاف إليه, قديمة is the خبر. بيت خالد كبير. So Khalid's house is big. بيت خالد كبير. وبيت أسامة صغير. And Usama's house is small. So notice here, the غير منصرف word is Usama. Why is Usama غير منصرف? It's مؤنث بالتاء. It's got تاء مربوطة. It's feminine and also it's a proper noun. So alam. So that's the two causes for it to be غير منصرف. Okay, Khalid is munsarif, fully declinable, even though it's alam, but it's an Arabic word from khalada yakhludu. Khalid is ismul fa'il. Tarkib wise, Baytu Khalid is mudaf mudaf ilayh is mubtada. That'll make kabirun the khabar. Waw is harful atf. Baytu Usama, same thing, mudaf mudaf ilayh is mubtada. Saghirun is the khabar. So we've covered words which are ghair munsarif in this exercise, and also we've done the vowel markings and the tarkib. We may want to, inshallah, just remove these annotations and move on to our next slide, inshallah. Okay. Let's move on to our next slide. Okay. أين ذهب أبوك? أين ذهب أبوك يا ليلى؟ ذهب إلى بغداد. Where did your father go, O Layla? ذهب إلى بغداد. He went to Baghdad. Okay. So where are the غير منصرف words here? We've got one here which is Layla. Okay. Why is Layla غير منصرف? The reason being is because it's مؤنث بالألف المقصورة. It's got alif maqsura and also it's feminine with alif maqsura and also it's a proper noun. So Layla will be considered to be غير منصرف. Even though ظاهرا we can't see the alamatul i'rab, but it will be taqdiri because it will fall under the i'rab of ismun maqsurun. ذهب إلى بغداد. He went to Baghdad. So Baghdad غير منصرف. Two causes. One is that it's alam, and the second one being that it's ujma, it's not an Arabic word. Okay, so that's the two words here, Layla and Baghdad. Tarkib wise, Aina is zarf, and even though it's a noun, we can't make it mubtada because it can't take the role of mubtada zarf. So we'll make it muta'alliq with dhahaba. Dhahaba is fa'il, abuka mudaf ilayh is the fa'il. So dhahaba abuka fa'il and abuka mudaf ilayh fa'il. And this becomes a sentence. أين ذهب أبوك would be مفعول في ظرف زمان, sorry, مكان, not زمان. أين is referring to place, plus فعل, plus the فاعل which is أبوك becomes جملة فعلية إنشائية because استفهام. يا ليلى حرف نداء منادى, so we leave that in isolation. ذهب إلى بغداد, he went to Baghdad. So ذهب would be فعل. You got the verb there, the file is inside, and this is the متعلق of ذهب إلى بغداد. So that's the tarkib done there. في إسطنبول. In Istanbul, مساجد كثيرة. In Istanbul, there are many masjids. So where's the غير منصرف word here? We got two. Istanbul. So why is Istanbul غير منصرف? One is that it's alam, it's a proper noun, and the second one being is that it's not an Arabic word. So that's why it will have fatha bila tanween, despite the fact it being in the state of jar. Now we have another غير منصرف word which is masajid. Okay, so we're not saying masajidu. Why is masajid غير منصرف? It's on the scale of jam muntahal jumu'. After the alif of the plural, masa, there's two or more letters, so jim and dal. So we don't need to look for another cause. So that's why these are the two words which are غير منصرف. Tarkeeb wise, في Istanbul is jar majrur becomes khabar muqaddam. In Istanbul, and then masajidu is man'ut and kathiratun is the na'at. Masajidu kathiratun will become mubtada muakhar. And then we're going to string this sentence together. في Istanbul خبر مقدم and مساجد كثيرة مبتدا مؤخر will become جملة اسمية خبرية. Next sentence we have is عندي خمسة مفاتيح. I have, عندي means I have, I possess, I have. خمسة مفاتيح, 5 keys. So the غير منصرف word here is مفاتيح. It finds itself to be in the state of jar. But why would he have fatha bila tanween? What's the cause? After the alif of the plural, mafa, there are 3 letters. So ta, ya, and ha. So it's on the scale of jam, muntal, jumu'. So it would not need another cause for it to be ghair munsarif. That one itself is sufficient. So khamsatu mafatiha. Tarkeeb, indi, ظرف, makan, khabar muqaddam, and khamsatu mafatiha, mudaf, mudaf ilayh becomes mubtada, muakhar. Al-Ka'batu fi Makkah. The Kaaba is in Mecca. So where's the غير منصرف word? Mecca. And we've covered that as well. It's alam and ta'nith. Tarkeeb wise, Al-Ka'batu will be mubtada. And fi Makkah, the prepositional phrase, will become khabar. Or you can make it connected to that which is hidden. Al-Ka'batu waqi'atun fi Makkah. The Kaaba is situated in Mecca. Next sentence we have is في هذا الشارع. So in this road or on this road there are ثلاثة مساجد. In this road or on this road there are 3 masjids. So where's the غير منصرف word here? Masajid. And we've already covered that before. Why is masajid غير منصرف? It's on the scale of jam muntahal jumu'. Tarkeeb, fi is harful jar. هذا is mubdal min. الشارع is the badal. And then the mubdal min and badal, هذا الشارع, will become the majroor. And this prepositional phrase, في هذا الشارع, will become خبر مقدم. That leaves ثلاثة مضاف مساجد مضاف إليه, and that will become مبتدا مؤخر. ثلاثة مساجد. هذا الطبيب بو. This doctor اسمه ويليام. اسمه ويليام. His name is William. وهو من لندن. Who is from London. وذلك, and that one اسمه not Yunus, Luisu. And this one, that one, his name is Luis. Lewis, basically, not Luis. In English, you'll say Lewis, isn't it? Not Luis. Okay. And that one, his name is Lewis. وهو من باريس. So Barisa, and he is from Paris. So let's look at our غير منصرف words here. First one is William. Okay. So William. Why is William غير منصرف? One is that it's a proper noun, alam, and second one is it's not an Arabic word. Okay. So it's an English name. Second one is London. What's the cause of London being غير منصرف? One is it's alam. Second one is it's not an Arabic word. That's the same thing with Luis as well. Lewis, and Baris. All four words here, the causes of them being غير منصرف is alam and ujma. Tarkeeb here, we need to be a bit careful here. هذا الطبيب, هذا is مبدل من and الطبيب is the badal. مبدل من and badal هذا الطبيب, this doctor. Now the khabar has come in the form of a jumla. اسمه William. So this doctor, his name is William. So we want to break this down, the khabar. اسمه مضاف مضاف إليه is mubtada again, but the mubtada for the jumla of the khabar. So هذا الطبيب, هذا الطبيب, this doctor, we've already done the mubtada there. This next mubtada we find is actually forming part of the khabar, because the khabar has come in the form of jumla ismiya. So اسمه مضاف مضاف إليه is mubtada, William is the khabar, and then this sentence اسمه William, this will become the khabar of this mubtada. So in other words, we're saying this doctor, his name is William. So هذا الطبيب مبتدا, اسمه William, the khabar. But however, the khabar is made up of jumla ismiya. And then we have a separate sentence, وهو من London, and he is from London. So واو will be حرف العطف, هو is مبتدا, من London is the khabar. And that one, this itself is mubtada, ذلك. So just think هذا الطبيب was a mubtada here. In this situation, ذلك is a mubtada. And that one, and what's the khabar? Same thing as ismuhu William, ismuhu Luis. So ismu mudaf, who is mudaf ilayh, that becomes mubtada, Luis is the khabar, and then ismuhu Luis, the mubtada khabar, will then become the khabar of ذلك, this ذلك here. So we're saying, and that one, his name is Lewis. Okay? وهو من Paris, and he is from Paris. Tarkeeb, who is mubtada min Paris, prepositional phrase will become the khabar. سيارتي لونها أخضر. My car, its color is green. Okay, so my car, its color is green. So where's the غير منصرف word here? أخضر. Why is أخضر غير منصرف? One is, it's got the meaning of wasf, description. So when you say green, we get some kind of description. And number two is on the pattern of a fail. أخضر, أفعل. So one cause from the 9 causes is wasf, and the second one is waznu fi'l. So that's why we're not saying أخضر, we're saying أخضرون. And why are we not bringing it feminine? Because we started with my car. That's because we are actually saying the color is green, not the car. So the word lone is masculine. Okay, so how do we do the tarkeeb of this sentence? سيارتي مضاف مضاف إليه, my car is the mubtada. The khabar has come in the form of a jumla. So now we will have to treat لونها مضاف مضاف إليه as mubtada, أخضر the khabar, and then this sentence لونها أخضر will then become the khabar of سيارتي. So my car, its color is green. So when you break it like that in English, it kind of makes sense. Next one, عندي قلم أحمر. I have a red pen. So the word أحمر is غير منصرف, same cause as أخضر, وزن فعل and وصف. So that's why we're saying أحمر. تركيب, عندي ظرف مكان, I have. Okay, so it will be خبر مقدم. We can't make a مبتدا because ظرف can't take the role of مبتدا. That leaves us with 2 words. قلم أحمر. So قلم is منعوت and أحمر is the nat, and then the منعوت and nat قلم أحمر will become the خبر, مبتدا مؤخر, and عندي was خبر مقدم. That will now become جملة اسمية إنشائية. Okay, so عندي is خبر مقدم, قلم أحمر is مبتدا مؤخر. البيت الأبيض, the White House, في واشنطن. Okay, it's supposed to be فتحة بلا تنوين. So the White House is in Washington. So في Washington. So that's our غير منصرف word, Washington. So Washington, why is that غير منصرف? One is that it's a proper noun, it's the name of a specific house, place. And second thing is it's an non-Arabic word. تركيب wise البيت الأبيض موصوف صفة منعوت النعت White House. So that will be مبتدا and في واشنطن is the خبر. Next one ذهب أحمد. Ahmed went to Muhammad. Muhammadin. Ahmed went to Muhammad. So where's our غير منصرف word? The word Ahmed. And we've already covered why. وزن فعل and علم. تركيب ذهب is فعل. Ahmed is the fa'il. إلى محمد, the preposition of phrase is connected to ذهب. And then this will group together become جملة فعلية خبرية. Now we're saying the same thing, but we're just reversing the two entities. So here we're saying ذهب محمد. Muhammad went. Who did he go to? Ahmed. But this time, Ahmed is not going to have a kasra because it's غير منصرف, so it's going to be إلى أحمد. So Muhammad went to Ahmed. Tarkeeb is the same one as above. أأنت من مكة? Are you from Mecca? Okay, so Mecca is غير منصرف, so we're not going to say من مكة. من مكة. Tarkeeb, Hamza is حرف الاستفهام. So Hamza don't play any role in being jumla ismiya or khabriya. Next word is anta. So anta is mubtada. So we've done the mubtada, dealt with the mubtada. And min makkata is the khabar. So you can say anta ka'inun min Makkah. Are you from Makkah? La is a particle which is used to respond. Ana minna ta'if. I am from Ta'if. So ta'ifi. Notice here that with some places when they have al, they will become just like normal munsarif words. So ana min at-ta'ifi. So ana is mubtada and min at-ta'if that leave the prepositional phrase to become khabar. Ukhtu Fatimata, Fatima's sister. So ukhtu, sorry, not Fatimatu, Fatimata. So let's make that into a zabar. Fatima's sister is a student. Talibatun. Ukhtu Fatimata talibatun. The word Fatima is غير منصرف. And what's the cause of being غير منصرف? One is that it's feminine with a ta, and the second one is that it's a proper noun, it's a name of a person. Tarkeeb wise, أخت فاطمة مضاف مضاف إليه is مبتدا and طالبة is the khabar. Okay, so that's the tarkeeb covered of these sentences. Also, we've covered words which are غير منصرف and we've explained the causes why. Third exercise, اقرأ الكلمات, read the words. Okay, we're saying al-kalimati, even though it's maf'ul bihi, because it's jam'un mu'annathun salimun. A jam'un mu'annathun salimun word in the state of nasb will have a kasra. Like in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَعَدَّ اللَّهُ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ. We have prepared for them gardens. Even though jannatin there is maf'ul bihi, because it's jam'un mu'annathun salimun, it will have a kasra. So, اقرأ الكلمات الآتية. Atiyata is not sound feminine plural, so that will be with the fatha, even though because it's the nat of al-kalimat. So read the following words, waktubha, and write them ma'a with correct, with the correct endings. Awakhiriha, ma dhabti awakhiriha. So let's go through this. Aminatu. Okay, غير منصرف. من آمنة. لأحمد. أحمد. عثمان. من باكستان. باكستان. لخديجة. لندن. إلى بغداد. Istanbul. So all these غير منصرف, so notice they don't have any tanween. Makkatu, because there's no preposition, so by default states Makkatu. Fi Makkata and Juddatu. So that's the words we've covered, okay, with the correct endings. So notice here, all غير منصرف words, when they are preceded by حرف jar, is going to fatha bila tanween. Okay, so that's a tarkeeb done, translation done of these sentences, and also we've covered why they are غير منصرف. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the annotation there. Okay, the intention, inshallah, is to wrap up this within the hour, because normally the lessons finish within an hour, so we don't want to just go over the time as well. So hopefully, inshallah, we can finish this off as soon as. Okay. So next we have is masajid. So how we're going to say this? So we're going to say masajidu, masajidu. Fi madarisa, in the madrasas, in the schools. Yaqubu li Ishaqa, Muawiyatu min Muawiyata li Aishata, Aishatu Muhammadun. Now we're coming across some munsarif words. Khalidun min Abbasin. It's an Arabic word from Abasa, one who frowns a lot. Nu'manu, alif nun za'idatan, so غير munsarif. And Hamidun. Hamidun. So that's a two page there. Hamidun. Made a big hash out of that. Two dhammatain there. So masajidu fi madarisa Yaqubu li Ishaqa Muawiyatu min Muawiyata li Aishata Aishatu Muhammadun Khalidun min Abbasin Nu'manu and Hamidun. Next exercise says Uktub, write al-a'dada, the numbers min ثلاثة إلى عشرة, from 3 till 10. واجعل, and make كل من الكلمات الآتية, for each one of the following words, معدودا لها, a thing counted for them. معدود means something which has been counted. So let's do this inshallah together. So I will do this orally, okay? So masajid. When we want to make the phrase in Arabic and we'll say 3 till 10, the thing we are counting, it will contradict the number. So the word masjid is masculine. That means our number, our unit is going to be feminine. So we'll start off with thalathatu. And then we have to bring the thing we are counting in the plural form, and it will be majroor, provided it's not ghair munsarif, it'll be with 2 kasra, otherwise it will be with what? Fatha bila tanween. So let's actually just do one as a sample here actually. ثلاثة مساجد. That means 3 masjids. Okay. We won't count all of them 3 till 10 because it's easy after that. You say أربعة مساجد, خمسة مساجد, ستة مساجد, سبعة مساجد. So let's just go into the word funduk. Now funduk, let's just use number 4 for funduk. So أربعة فنادق. Because it's غير منصرف, that's why we are bringing the word with fatha bila tanween. For number 5, let's just use 5 for the word mindil, which means handkerchief. Now we want to say 5 handkerchiefs. So khamsatu manadila. That means 5 handkerchiefs. Let's make it 6 keys. So sittatu mafatiha. That is what 6 keys. Notice all these words are ghair munsarif. That's why we are bringing fatha bila tanween, even though it is mudaf ilay. We want to say 7 friends. So sab'atu asdiqa'a. Why are we saying asdiqa'a? because it is غير منصرف. What's the cause of أصدقاء being غير منصرف? It's مؤنث بالألف الممدودة. Now, if a word is feminine with alif mamduda, you don't need to look for another cause. Actually, in fact, if you've got a word which is feminine with alif maqsura or alif mamduda, you don't need to look for another cause. So when we said before Layla, it suffices with just it having alif maqsura for it to be considered غير منصرف. مؤنث بالالif المقصورة. So there's three types of words which you don't need to look for another cause. One is jam muntal jumur, another one is muannath bil alif al mamduda, and the third one is muannath bil alif al maqsura. Okay, so sab'atu asdiqa'a, 7 friends. Let's say 8 now, because the word zamil is masculine, we'll have to bring the number as feminine. So ثمانية زملاء, because the plural of zamilun is زملاء. So notice here is غير منصرف again because alif mamduda. Kursiyun means chair. So let's just say we want to say 9 chairs. So we'll say tis'atu because the word chair is masculine in Arabic. So we'll say tis'atu karasiyya. There's a tashdid at the end of this word. Okay, so tis'atu karasiyya. Let's get that ra in. So that will mean 9 chairs. Tis'atu karasiyya. Madrasatun plus madaris. Let's use number 10 for that. The word madrasatu is feminine. So now we can't say asharatu. We'll say ashru because he has to contradict, remember? So you look at the singular form for the contradiction. So we'll say ashru madarisa. That means 10 madrasas. Okay? Remember the sheen, the rule regarding the sheen. If the thing you are counting is feminine, so madrasatun is feminine, the sheen on the word ash 10 will be sukun. If the thing you are counting is masculine, then obviously you're going to bring the plural form for the number 10. So for example, you don't say 10 pens, you say asharatu aqlamin. So the sheen will have a fatha. So simple rule is if the ma'dud is muannath, the sheen on the word ash will have a sukun. If the ma'dud is masculine, then the sheen on the word ashar will have a fatha. So in this case, madrasatun is feminine. That's the ma'dud. So when we say 10 madrasas, we'll say ashru na asharu. And let's just bring the word 10 again for minutes. So 10 minutes, we'll say ashru and daqa'iqa. So 10 minutes. Okay? Ashru daqa'iqa. So we did not bring it for each one. It would have been a bit lengthy. So more or less we kind of get the picture. We've made the ma'dud for all of these words. We've used different words. Okay, so that's that exercise done. And if I'm not wrong, I think that's the end of book 1. Okay, so these were the new words. Okay, so let's get rid of the annotation of the previous one. Okay, so these were the new words we learned in this story. Sorry, not this story. This lesson, because they are name of places. I've left the flashcards out intentionally because it kind of gives it away. When you see a Ta'if, you know it means Ta'if. Istanbul, you know it means Istanbul, and Washington, you know it means Washington, and London means London. So there's not much of a challenge in terms of the flashcards. Otherwise, we normally every lesson we would have flashcards. So they would appear, the English would appear, you have to guess the Arabic, and then the Arabic would appear and you have to guess the English. So Alhamdulillah, I think that's more or less we've completed the course. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the efforts of all the students. The certificate will be given to the students. I just wanted to keep the completion a bit short, so that's why inshallah I will be issuing the students with the certificates. You'll be able to get a PDF copy and then you can print it and frame it at home. And also may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me for any shortcomings, any wrongdoing from my side. At the same time, I want to say as well, my help and support to you still continues. Even though you finish this course, you can still ask for questions in the Telegram support group. Those who are in the Telegram support group. And just for the information of our viewers, if you are watching for the first time, we do deliver many courses, Alhamdulillah, at Sidra Institute. So we have done, we are in coming weeks, we will be finishing the Balagha course, Arabic Rhetoric course. So just watch out for that as well. So that is going to be about 75 or 78 hours of content. It's been over 2 years, well, less than 2 years. We've been covering that content every week. So Arabic Rhetoric course that should be completing. We should be completing that soon. That's covering all three disciplines: Ilm al-Ma'ani, Bayan, and Badi'. We've also done got the Handsware Dictionary course, which is for free. You just simply got to register, and you can watch 8 hours of content, how to search for words in the dictionary. Very interactive, and exercises. We've got the complete Arab course as well. So anything you need to know into the Arab, there are over 20 hours of content. That's on the website. And also, we started the Quranic series where we delve into the intricacies of uh, the the linguistics of the chapters in the Quran. So we start off with Surah Al-Fatiha. The intention is, inshallah, to continue that and start from Surah Al-Nas, work our way backwards. So we've only done one surah at the moment, but inshallah, in the coming months, we should continue that as well. And most importantly, this is the launch of our new course, inshallah. Okay, so Mastering Tarkeeb course. You will be covering 1,000 grammatical constructs, all PowerPointed lessons. There's going to be a complete breakdown of starting with basic sentence constructions in Arabic and working our way to more complex and advanced grammatical constructs. So this will be very fun and enjoyable. It'll be very digestible and it'll be easy on the eye because it's all PowerPointed. So you won't be studying anything in isolation. Everything will be pieced together, and every now and then you'll be given the bigger picture of where you are in terms of your study. And this is a course which I think will be very beneficial for those people who struggle to understand what Tarkib is and how it works. Because Tarkib, there's not a formal book written on Tarkib that you can go out there and study. Yes, there are books written that contain Tarkib, and then it's down to the teacher to explain the construction of the sentences. But from A to Z, learning Tarkib, I haven't come across a book that teaches you Tarkib from A to Z. Yes, books do contain Tarkib, teachers do introduce it into the lessons, but this course, Alhamdulillah, is designed to cover from A to Z, inshallah. And you will also be, doing tarkeeb over the last chapters of the Quran as well. So from Surah An-Nas all the way to probably, whichever surah probably feel onwards, you'll cover the tarkeeb of those chapters as well, all PowerPointed, a bit like the Arab, where we're concluding on the Arab course, Surah Al-Qari'ah. So I think this is a must for anyone who really wants to get a good grasp over sentence construction, etc. For example, instance, you have a jar majroor, and what do you connect jar majroor to? Sometimes you don't even connect it. Sometimes you connect it. Sometimes it's you know presented as a khabar. Sometimes the prepositional phrase connected is presented as a nat. Sometimes it is presented as a hal, and you're thinking, hold up, this is one phrase, but it has multiple implications. At what stage do you consider the prepositional phrase to be a khabar? At what stage do you consider it to be a nat? At what stage do you consider it to be even a circumstantial phrase? So all these questions, the answers are given in this course, inshallah. And this course, inshallah, will be starting on the 13th of this month. The deadline for registration is on the 13th. And if you want to enroll, inshallah, the link is in the description. Okay, so if you go to the description now, you will find the link to this course and you can enroll. And inshallah, this course will be starting on the 13th. And there will be weekly live lessons. And if anybody thinks that they can't make it for the live lesson, not to worry. You'll be able to have access to an exclusive dashboard created for each student. He'll have his own portal, and he will be able to catch up with the lessons at his own time, at his own disposal. So whether it's 2 o'clock in the night, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you want to catch up with that week's lesson, you will be able to do so, because you'll have full access to all the recordings, and you can view and watch them anytime you want. Okay, so this is a must, I think, for students who actually want to get a good grasp. I think we'll conclude it there, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our efforts. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.